Okay, this would be the part where I would go, raise your hands if you're in the audience and you want to make a living online, okay? If you want to get some knowledge. So, if you want to make a living, okay, first, let me talk about making a living as an artist, okay? So, if you've gone to school for art, and if you're in chat and you go to school for art, feel free to speak up, okay? If you've gone to school for art, one of the first lessons that you learn in school from your professors, from grad students, and for people that are juniors and seniors, one of the first things they tell you is you're going to have to compromise a little bit on your artistic integrity in order to make a living. This is a fact of life for every single artist except for the people who are at the top tier, right? So let me give you an example, okay? If you want to be a sick-ass, photographer, right? I think I give some example. You want to be a huge photographer who takes beautiful pictures of the Rocky Mountains and the Grand Canyon and space pictures, 30-second time lapse, right? These are what you want to do, right? That's awesome. And if that's your passion, then for all means, follow it as much as you can, but you're probably making your living doing things like high school graduation portraits, right? Or senior portraits or wedding photos, right? This is where the majority of your income is probably coming from. It's from the menial kind of boring work, right? If you're a musician and your goal is you want to one day write your own music and be a composer and, oh my God, that's awesome, right? You're probably going to be making your living writing radio jingles or playing kind of shitty gigs at clubs or whatever to get, paid at, comedy clubs or whatever you have to go play at, playing concerts or whatever for different types of things, right? You're not always doing what exactly it is that your dream is if you want to do art, right? And again, if there's any educated artist in chat, somebody that went to school, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but for the most part, this is how this works, right? Yeah, even people at the top have to compromise on their integrity sometimes, right? If you want to do art, there's a give and take. You have your passion, what you fully want to believe, what you want to follow, and what you want to do, and then you have what you have to do to keep the lights on, right? So, this is the reality of an artist, okay? This is the reality, okay, of an artist, and that's kind of it, right? So, The reason why you're willing to accept this trade-off, okay, is because you get to do your passion. And even if you're not doing a passion project, at least on the menial tasks, you get to still kind of do your passion, right? So if I was, for instance, if I wasn't streaming, I would much rather be having to run around and play gigs of shitty 70s, 80s fucking rock songs, right? On saxophone. I would rather be playing these things than, having to work a normal shitty job, right? Having to go back to the casino and work, or having to do the carpet cleaning again, right? Even if I had to do shitty menial gigs, for music, for stuff that I didn't have a huge passion about, I would rather do that than have to go, right? Because the trade-off is, I get to follow my passion of music. I get to continue composing. I get to continue playing. But yeah, so the reason why I bring this was a lot of people felt like I was making unfair assumptions. Let's move this more now into how do you make a living? How do you make a living online? Actually, let's talk about landscapes first, okay? So I'm going to talk more particularly about the animator situation on YouTube. So a lot of people are going to get very upset about me, okay, because I have no background in animation whatsoever, and because maybe I'm not as intimately familiar with the struggles of the animators, though I've watched a few videos and I understand now kind of what's going on, but everything I say is a fact of life. Don't get mad at me, get mad at reality, okay? So apparently, a long time ago, I guess it used to be that you could make an easier living on YouTube by doing animations because the algorithms somehow either favored or gave equal representation to long-form content or something. And I guess what's happened is on YouTube, these algorithms have changed to favor people that post content frequently, and so that total number of minutes watched on a channel become, more important or something like this, right? So this was a reality that changed on YouTube, right? It changed, okay? So let's talk about fact, okay? It changed, and it's never, ever, ever going back, right? You have two options at this point, okay? You can either complain about it forever, which you're free to do. I complain about shit all the time, or you can adapt and survive, right? If you're an artist, option 2 always has to be the thing that you go for. This isn't even really an artist. It's if you're in any kind of business, right? You have to be willing to adapt to survive in your industry. If you're not willing to do it, then you're going to die out. You cannot perpetually make excuses that an algorithm change has gimped your ability to make money, right? You have to be willing to adapt. Let me give a quick example of this, okay? Back in 2012, right? On Twitch TV, there were months where I made $7,000 or $8,000 in ad revenue with maybe twice the viewers I have now, right? $7,000 to $8,000 in a month only off of ad revenue of Twitch, right? It's a massive amount of money, okay? If I dig into my revenues now, okay, and I look at how much I make on advertising, on running commercials, there were years where my average revenue on Twitch for months, okay, would be $200 or $300 a month of advertising revenue, okay? Literally.
The past week has reduced me to an IQ of around 65. Thanks for the half year of memory.
Thanks, buddy. Literally, $200 or $300 a year of advertising, okay? If I would have continued, or not a year, a month, right? Literally $200 or $300 a month of advertising. I've posted pictures of this online in the past. I don't know if anybody has it, but if I would have been in a scenario where all I wanted to do was complain about the change in advertising, which, you know, I did to some extent, like ad revenue suck, right? But if I would have only complained about that, then you know, I wouldn't be streaming anymore, right? I would be, I guess, with all the animators on YouTube talking about how, well, I used to be able to make money streaming, but now ad revenue pays like shit. I can't do it anymore. It's just not worth it for me to stream anymore. You know, I'm going to focus on YouTube, or I'm going to focus on other things. It's not worth it to stream because Twitch changed the algorithms, Twitch changed the CPMs, Twitch changed the fill rates. Like, I can't make it, you know, advertising anymore, right? But I like streaming. This is my passion. I enjoy doing this a lot, you know, more than any other job I've ever worked. So what do we do, right? We look for other ways to innovate. We look for other ways to get money out of people, right? We look for other ways to generate revenue doing what we love, right? So for me, I mean, you know, I had a website built, you know, and God bless Scene and Stanpat for working in the chat, right? I had a website built where I could collect money, you know, getting subscriptions and everything all on my own, right? This side funneling of money, you know, kept me making money, and it's become one of my largest, and it still remains to this day, one of my largest sources of revenue for the things that I do, right? Not only that too, streamers have also looked at things like like donations, right? Not only just donations though, right? I think I started doing donations a little bit, and I found out that if you turn on the text-to-speech for donations, it's actually like a really fucking big meme. I'm pretty sure, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure I was the first one to do this. Like, this video got onto Reddit and went pretty large, right? It's got about 1 million views, right? But after I did this, every single streamer started to use text-to-speech on their... Oh, wow, this isn't even... I thought there was another thread that went up. Oh, it's this right here, 1,600 comments. Yeah, but after this video came out, pretty much every streamer on Twitch started to switch to text-to-speech for donations, right? Because you get a fuck ton more money doing it, right? But that's not the only ways that I do this, right? There are parallel revenue streams as well, right? I have my Amazon affiliate link. I was making a little bit of money off AdSense, writing blogs on my website. You know, I was also making money off my Amazon affiliate links by doing computer builds on my website. You know, I made a little bit of money from the exposure that I got from the composition challenges, right? Where I would, you know, do these kinds of things. You know, I get money because I talk politics with people, right? Basically, what I'm trying to say is, you know, I branched out more and more and more to try to find more ways to generate revenue, you know? So the reason why I bring this up, and the thing that bothers me is that, so if I was in this person's position, let me just give some examples on what I would do, okay? So does anybody know, here's what, okay, here, let me ask a question. I'll see if anybody can get this. It's kind of vague, but what do you think is the hardest part about building, or about generating revenue online? What do you think is the hardest part about generating revenue online?
Stop taking my money, Steven. Bonus memes, laughing lizard.
Oof. Okay, look, okay, so a lot of people are actually getting this. Hold on, I'll wait for this.
I know it's a huge meme, but it really bothers me that the animators dig so hard into you, while almost completely ignoring JonTron being a race realist to, almost, the fullest extent. I think he's misguided, but he's still racist. Sad no one sees it.
Nice. So a lot of people actually got this, right? It's getting the viewer base. Building an audience, getting fans, right? Building a fan base. This is the hardest part. And I could be wrong, but from my experience online, I believe that every single person that has made it big online will tell you, and everybody trying to make it right now will tell you, that the hardest part about being big online or getting big online and making money is getting the initial fan base, right? This is so hard to do. Once you have that out of the way, it's just a matter of leveraging them appropriately in a way to make a ton of money, right? So, if I was running a channel like this, I see a lot of people saying things along the lines of like, well, it's really hard to make money, doing high quality animations, blah, 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 blah. Like, this is 900,000 subscribers, okay? This is 900,000 people that like you and like what you do, right? This guy has people that like him, right? This is the hardest part has already been solved. Do you understand? So what are some things, so what would we need to do with a channel like this to make more money? We need to post more content. It has to happen. You have to post more. You have people that are clamoring for your for anything from you, right? So you have to do something where you give a little bit to them so that they can give back to you, right? And without even like, we could brainstorm this all day, and we could we could brainstorm things all day for things he could do, right? He has a Patreon, right? Let's look at his Patreon, okay?
Luckily for you, your built-in autism attracts a great fan base of rich white males like us, and one Arab.
You can have me read off a short personal message every episode plus everything listed above. $50 a month, a monthly Skype hangout with myself. $25 per month. Okay, so let me throw out an example for a reward, okay? I like this guy. I like his animation, okay? So let's pretend that I'm an animator. I like the cartoons that he draws. Like, this kind of stuff is, like, really, really cool, okay? Maybe I'm going to draw an animation and I want him to critique it. I would pay money for that, right? Would you do that? I would pay money for that. If I was an animator and there was a guy that I looked up to that's been highly influential in the animating communities, I would do that 100%, right? So an idea like that is so amazing for like multiple reasons, okay? One, the hard part of animation is already solved, okay? Because somebody else is doing the animating work. Two, you can sell this as an opportunity on your Patreon. Give me $100 a month and I will go over, or, be a Patreon and I will do a one-time thing of commenting on a thing, right? So now you're driving traffic to your Patreon, okay? You're getting somebody else to do the animation work for you. You are, 3, posting more content on your YouTube, right? Now you've got another video that you can throw up. If you do this as a monthly thing, that's 12 videos in a year right there. That's going to get at least, 100, 200,000 views on the low end, right? 4, the guy that's submitting the video to you can also get a shout out in the description or whatever, so it benefits him because he gets a little bit of free advertising. 5, the fan base that so desperately loves you now gets more interaction with you and gets to see your thought process, right? That's just one thing, right? Like, that's just one possible way. That's just one way. That's 12 extra videos a month that could be going onto this channel. And this is low content work, or I'm sorry, not low content work, low effort work. You don't even have to work that hard, right? It's literally throwing up the video on OBS, watching the guy's stuff, and then giving feedback and criticism on his thing. Like, that's it, dude. That would be, that's like, damn. But that's only one idea. You could do low effort content, right? This guy is technically an animator, right? These are technically animations. I know that somebody of Psychic Pebble's talent level could produce an animation that is superior to this, probably quicker than what this guy even does with his stick figures, right? Now, I'm not saying he needs to go full on like hardcore animating an episode, but working on content that you can get out quicker to your fans, in a more reliable, timely basis. Does it take away a little bit from your long-term passion projects? Yeah, but you could double, triple, quadruple.
Destiny, look at this Patreon as an example of awesome rewards. Guy has 63k subs and nearly 20k a month because he offers trading cards at wholesale prices. Perfect example of leveraging your position for growth.
Nice. So, this is something where, he could do, you could make this kind of lower effort content if you want, right? You don't necessarily have to, but, you could do something like this. Another random idea, right? One thing that I've noticed is, because keep in mind that as you increase your outreach. Nice. I'm not gonna click random fucking Patreon links now. Okay. As you increase your outreach on YouTube, you're also increasing exposure to things like your Amazon affiliate links. He doesn't even have one. Oh no, this is free money. Does he not have one? Really? He doesn't have an Amazon affiliate link. Right? Another thing that you could do, right? I'm sure, I don't know particularly, right, but just from the little I know, I'm sure that animators probably use a ton of different types of tools for animation, right? There are probably different types of pads. There are probably different tools built into these pads, right? Maybe once a month he could do a product review, right? A product review, right? Or even better, maybe he could have a Patreon tier where if you donate so much, you can submit a suggestion or be part of a voting group where you get to vote on what gets reviewed next. So now he's got more people drove to his Patreon to donate money to give him a product to review. When he reviews his product, it's another piece of content for his channel, and it gives him the ability to plug an Amazon affiliate link, right? Oh my God, now we've got an Amazon affiliate link coming in here that is generating revenue for us because we're making product suggestions. We've got another type of video that we can upload on our channel, right? Because we are doing a product review. We are driving people to our Patreon. Now we're getting money for people to vote in a poll to decide what content gets reviewed on the channel, right? And you can leverage this for sponsorships in the future because now people can see like, oh, wow, this guy's got an Amazon affiliate link. He did a review of this product, 4, 5, or 600 people went and clicked on this product as a result. Like, oh my God, look at what we're doing here, right? What am I talking about? We're using our YouTube channel to leverage all of these different types of content. We're drawing our Patreon in at every single way. And look what we're doing. We're leveraging our fan base. And in what way? We get them to pay money to the Patreon to either provide us with content that we can then funnel back into our YouTube that we can use to extend our outreach on things like Amazon affiliate links or use to for sponsorship acquisition, right? All of these different ways, right? So let's say that we did the once a month product review, right? That's 12 videos a year. Let's say we did the once a month animator review. That's 12 more videos a year. You've got 24 videos right there coming out on a channel with 900,000 subscribers, right? Not to mention that, and every time you make a video like this, right? You've got a chance of any of these going big, right? Maybe you do a review of a certain artist who has 100,000 subs on YouTube. All of his fans are going to come and check your shit out, right? All of his people are going to come and look at your shit. Or maybe you do a review that's particularly insightful. Maybe that gets spread around some art communities and you pick up some new fans. Now you're getting into like a cross-pollination thing, right? Where you are reaching into other communities and acquiring fans from there.
How about you start critiquing your fans' musical pieces?
Sure.
We could call it a composition challenge, Peppy.
So, yeah, there are all of these different ways. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Or let's say that when you're doing the product review, right? Maybe a different art community likes the review that you do of a certain product. Maybe you do a really scathing review. Maybe there's a product that's highly rated, and when you go to do it, you didn't really like it that much, right? This is a review that might get passed around more. And people will use this as an example. Like, do you like this product? Well, I don't know. Look at this guy's review on it, right? There are all of these ways, right? So when I'm talking about this, and this is literally, I swear to God, I haven't I don't have note cards, right? These are just things I'm thinking off the top of my head. There are so many ways that if I had a 900,000 YouTube, when I said that 250K figure, I was actually lowballing to be safe. I would expect somebody with 900,000 YouTube subs to be making $500,000 a year easy, fairly easily, right? There's just so many ways to monetize this channel. There are so many ways that you can be reaching out to exponentially grow your income, that to see somebody build a channel up to 1 million followers and then post 4 or 5 videos a year and then to complain about the YouTube algorithm, that's really, really, really hard for me to look at. I don't know. That really sucks. This doesn't have to do with being an animator. It doesn't have to do with animation as hard. It just has to do with leveraging your fan base responsibly. Oh, we haven't even gotten into merchandise. There's another great example that somebody said. Sure. And not only, you could even do that again, where Patreons could vote for what they want you to draw. And hey, for you animators out there, that's only one frame. That's only one frame, one drawing that you would have to do, right? You could have it so that a certain tier of Patreon gets to vote in a poll for what your next merchandise shirt would be, right? And every 6 months or 3 months, you release a shirt, right? Not only could you do that, oh my God, not only could you do that, so every 3 months, maybe you release a new shirt that patrons vote on, right? Now you've got people subscribing to your Patreon to vote for the next piece of merchandise that they're going to buy, right? So that's more money there. Because you're only doing a single animation, you can use that as video content. I imagine you could do a single drawing over the course of a stream, right? Well, now you can stream that on Twitch, right? Which is pulling in new people. You can activate donations and tap into all of the things that Twitch offers for monetization. And you could take that Twitch video and you could throw that onto your YouTube channel as well. What? So now we have people subscribing to a Patreon, giving you money to vote on what type of merchandise they want to buy from you. So you're selling merchandise, and now you've got a piece of content that you could stream on a Twitch channel that you could use to pull in more fans, get donations there, that you can then take and upload to your YouTube channel for more content. And in doing all of this, you could even set up like an Amazon merchant store or something, and then you could plug in your Amazon affiliate link too. Do you see? This is kind of the stuff when you have when you're business minded, right? You have to look at the ways that you can leverage your fan base in order to make money. 900,000 people. This is so much. That's so many fans, dude. My reach on YouTube is so much smaller, right? My reach on YouTube, I have 56,000 subs, right? And I'm pushing almost 200 a year in my income, right? This year we'll probably maybe go over that limit, right? And this is with 1/20th, 1/17th of the fan base, right? So do you see, so with the way that I leverage my people, right? Do you see how if I can make over 150 a year, right? With 56,000 YouTube subs, right? How somebody with 20 times the exposure of me can't make 2 times the money?
Wow.
That blows my mind. Yeah. So I'm sorry. This is just and everything that I'm saying, none of this unfortunately applies to most of you guys, right? The reason why doesn't it apply to most of you? Because you haven't done this, building the massive fan base, right? This is the hardest part. And ask any content creator, ask anybody that's trying to go big at Twitch or YouTube or anything, right? They'll always tell you the hardest part is getting the fan base, dude. The hardest part is getting the fan base, right? But if you've got the fan base, the fact that I look at this channel and there's no Amazon affiliate links, there's no sponsorships here. He's not sponsored or pimping any product or getting paid any kind of commission on anything.
Nah, bro, it's the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, I guess that really hurts. And I see a lot of, and what are some other, I guess when I look at other animator channels, other people were saying that a lot of animator channels were falling into this kind of trap where they never make videos. Who are some of the other big animators on YouTube? So this kind of stuff. I love Ego Raptor, dude. I love his videos. I think his comedy is really fucking funny. I love all the shit that they did on Newgrounds. I like these people. I look up to these people. But 1, 2, 3, 4 videos in a year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos in a year? Are these all even animated? These aren't even all animated videos. There is no change to an algorithm. Oh, he does Game Grumps now? Well, but even so, look at he kind of was posting more a long time ago. Oh, 7 years ago. Was this the golden year? Where we got a video a month? Oh, no, there is almost 2 videos a month. Maybe more. Oh, shit, definitely more.
I run a YT channel with over 2 mil subs. YouTube should be your main marketing platform to convert viewers into customers, as CPMs are mad low compared to what you convert. Brand partnerships are also big, etc. Happy to talk more about it if ever.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. I've talked about that in the past. What this guy just said is entirely true, right? Your goal on okay, so this is what you want. You want this to be as big as possible. This is your initial fan base. And then your goal, where your money is supposed to come from, is conversion, right? Ching, ching, ching. Conversion is where you take a certain percentage of these people and you convert them into a particular type of customer, right? Or you convert them into a particular type of monetization using a certain vehicle. So, yeah, Aaron, it's in my car. So, like, how do I convert you guys, right? Well, I convert you guys along several different ways. I try to convert you into Twitch subscribers, right? I try to convert you into subscribers on my website, right? I also try to convert you using my Amazon affiliate link. A certain percentage of you, click on products and buy them, or, use my Amazon affiliate link when you shop. These are ways that I try to convert you into a monetizable thing right at the end of the day. Or when I have, he said he has 2 million subs, talk to him. Well, I imagine that he agrees with most of what I'm saying. Or I guess he can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, there are, or for sponsorships, right? When I've got like a vertigear, like an affiliate link, right? I'm converting you, right, as viewers into a certain percentage of sales for my Ting link, for my vertigear link, or for any other type of affiliate marketing or anything like that. I try to convert you into readers on my blog, right? Where I also then try to convert you into clickers of my Amazon affiliate links, right? These are all these are all avenues that I'm trying to convert you to leverage my overall fan base into making more money, right? So the thing that sucks about this, and I understand, in HD Horror, are you in here? I'm sure he knows this. If you've been in the internet game for any period in time, right? The landscape 6 or 7 years ago was way different, right? So the thing was, 7 years ago, to make a living on the internet, all you had to do was post content and the advertisements would pay for everything, right? The thing that kind of sucks is that a long time ago, advertisements on YouTube paid so much money, dude. If you were posting videos anywhere, if you had, even not even video ads, but just text ads used to pay so much more. But then things like ad block became massive. Ads became more intrusive. The CPM started to drop. All of these issues popped up that made it so that you couldn't, these were like the golden days of YouTube, but these are gone. Not even of just YouTube, but of AdSense and websites in general. Destiny, 100%. The CPMs were so high as it was mad new media. People just wanted access, and companies were willing to pay absurd amounts of money just to gain access to online marketing. Not only that, but all of the insane metrics that we have today to track user behavior didn't exist back then. So if somebody wants to give you, massive revenue to advertise, they don't really know if your ads are effective or not. They don't know if people are actually buying products. They have no idea, right? So advertisers paid so much more. See, what happened was you cultivated this society of people that thought that, well, I should just be able to post, ads and, we should be good. I'll post ads and I'll make money. But that started to become unfavorable, right? And I understand, and it happened to me on Twitch. I understand a lot of people got mad over that, I can't make money on ads anymore. Like, this is so shit, I fucking hate this. Like, everything sucks. But you got to adapt and survive, We're moving largely towards, paid content, subscription-based services, and big value ads for money. That's kind of where the future has gone. Nobody today really, even the big channels, right? And I'm sure the HD Horror guy, I saw him in chat, right? Probably agrees. You're not making most of your money on ad revenue anymore, right? You're never making most of your money on ad revenue. You're looking for value ads on things like Patreon to be massive revenue boosters, subscription services like my website or Twitch, product merchandise sales like shirts and whatnot, sponsors, direct sponsorships, or affiliate marketing to get actual payback on sales made, right? These are your big earners today. You have to adapt. You have to hop into that arena, and that's where you have to make your money. And if you don't do that, you can sit and long for the past all you want, but we are never, ever going back to the days where you could just make a video and get a fuck ton of money on, where you get a fuck ton of money on ads. It's just not going to work anymore. It's just never going to work that way. How do you know how big YouTubers are making their money? Who are your sources on this? Well, like, look at people like, oh God, what's the Linus, right? He does product reviews all the time. He gets sent a ton of free shit for all. I seriously doubt. I could be wrong, but I would be shocked if Linus pays for like any of the shit that they use. And I'm sure there are people like jumping down these guys' throats to sponsor them with products, right? Linus puts out a lot of content. Some of it very high quality, some of it a little bit not as much, but they're doing reviews. They're doing product sponsorships. Look, use our WAN code. This is an affiliate link right here. This is how, this guy's making money off of stuff like this. He's linking back to Facebook's. I'm sure they're getting paid based on number of impressions and everything and whatnot for a lot of these sponsorships. You know, people that stream on Twitch are making money off of subscriptions and donations. Those are your big, you know, monetization outlets there. Don't you think there's a difference between people following your work and following you as a personality? A little bit, but not really. If you've got hundreds of thousands of people that are following you into your for your work, there is a percentage, a large percentage that will follow you for your for your other stuff as well. Like Psychic Pebbles, if you go, or Ego Raptor, right? If you look at these guys and the followings that they've built, these guys could get on YouTube and talk about fucking the economy of Venezuela in like the early 1950s or some shit, and they would probably get like a sizable chunk of their audience that would just sit and listen just because they like the people, right? But obviously you would go for more relevant stuff, right? Like getting Ego Raptor, Psychic Pebbles feedback on certain types of technology, getting their feedback on other people's drawings or work, getting them to do commentary on cartoons today, right? How interesting would it be to see, an animator that you respect break down the animation style or something of, like an episode of Family Guy or something more on Adult Swim, maybe an Aqua Team Hunger Force episode, right? How interesting would it be to hear these guys that, became popular for animating break down other animation styles, right? These are things that would be, these are things that you would like value their feedback on, and you would click it and you would love it. And Ego Raptor did exactly that with Game Grumps. Oh, sure. I don't usually watch this kind of stuff much because it's not like my kind of content, but... Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. So, yeah, they figured it out. What? Yeah, holy shit. In, like, fucking 1 week. This is almost overload for me. But, yeah, they definitely figured it out, right? Dude, this is it, man, right? He built a massive fan base doing artist and animation stuff, and then he branched out to doing other types of stuff as well, and now he's getting a fuck ton of views for it. Holy shit. 73 million views a month. What the fuck? Yeah, dude. Linus is uploading 1 or more videos a day, too. How does LMG make money?
Honest answers. Today I'm going to try to demystify another aspect of the inner workings of Linus Media Group, about which there appears to be a lot of confusion. How do we make enough money to afford all the staff, studio space, and equipment that we have? TunnelBear is the simple VPN app that makes it easy to browse privately and enjoy a more open internet
Well, here's one of the ways they do it.
experience. To try TunnelBear for free, check out the link in the video description below. So it feels appropriate to open this discussion with one of the main ways that people think we make money. Paid advertising videos disguised...
Hold on. Didn't Narcissa lose all of her viewers because of changing content? Narcissa
Game
changed...
Grumps usually record their content for 3 hours in one day and branch it out for 2 weeks. Seems good.
Oh, that's smart, dude. That's really fucking smart. That's what Bob Ross did. Did you know that? Bob Ross would go into the studio, and in one day, he would hammer out a whole season's worth of content. He would bring different shirts with him, and in one session, right? He would spend a whole day doing it. He would hammer out an entire season's worth of the joys of painting. That's really smart. That's a really smart way to do things, though. Linus employs people as well. Yeah, sure. Narcissa changed her content for the worst in almost every single conceivable way. That's not like a good example. Like that was a really bad. There are lots of bad things that were going on there.
As reviews. While we actually couldn't be fined for that type of behavior here in Canada, where the advertising guidelines, and even then, they are guidelines, not laws here, are only just now being revised for the age of social and influencer marketing, for brands and agencies that want to market to Americans, so 40 to 50% of our audience, hefty fines are quickly becoming commonplace with undisclosed influencer marketing. So no responsible brand would engage in this practice, and we outright refuse to as well anyway, because even with proper disclosure, what value does a paid review or even...
Destiny, that's what you should do. If you upload weekly or every other day, then you can focus on other business ventures rather than constantly trying to think of new content. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
A video with a very similar structure to a review have.
And again, like, this is like a thing where, like, we all have what we dream we can do, right? You only want to do, like, a particular type of thing, but, like, part of being an artist, and every artist should know this, part of being an artist is you kind of have to do busy work or menial work as well to keep the lights on, right? Again, this is something in school, right? And I know for music majors, right? How many of you guys in school that are music majors, like 10 of you out there, right? You go into school, all of your friends are there as like performance majors, and then that year 2 and 3 ticks by, and you start to see all of the performance majors slowly switch over to teaching majors, right? Because you realize, like, okay, I can't really make a living out of this, I gotta find other ways,
To the viewer. Which, getting into how we do make money then, doesn't mean that we never do paid projects with hardware manufacturers. We absolutely do. Every entry in the obscenely popular Build Guide series is clearly sponsored by either Intel or...
Like, this guy hates me so much. He's so salty. Taking advice from anyone who thinks playing video games is a good long-term business strategy. Haha. So he's laughing, but the difference between me and him is that even though I've had several setbacks in my career, right? The Twitch advertising revenue died like a motherfucker. I got scammed out of $30,000 from Owned, right? I had to come back to Twitch and rebuild that subscriber base and everything from nothing. If you plot my income over time, right? It's looking something like this. Right? You don't have to take advice from me if you don't want to. Like, that's fine, dude. But I mean, I have my own LLC now. You know, I'm working on the tax side of things a fuck ton in terms of what I do on my business stuff. You know, I've branched out into a lot of different revenue streams. People that are infinitely more popular than me are noticing me on Twitter because of my branching out and talking to other people, right? So, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, you can laugh at me because I think that whatever I'm doing, you know, to be honest, I don't know if video game streaming is a good long-term business plan. Now, the fact that he would just say that as an insult is kind of funny, considering that his business is in the process of dying and mine is getting larger than ever because streaming has gotten bigger than it ever has been and continues to grow year after year. Video game sales have only continued to grow year after year. Esports and audiences for these esports have only continued to grow year after year. And the traditional animator position, by his own admittance on YouTube, has been dying constantly over the past half decade. It seems to me that there's a lot more sustainability in my career than there is in his. Now, that's not to insult him. I think there are still tons of ways he can leverage his fan base to make money, but I don't know if my career is necessarily viable in the ultra long term, right? This is why I've branched out into other things, right? For a point in time, I was building computers for people. This is something that I know that I could go back to, you know, pretty easily because I think my expertise in this area were pretty good, and because I know that I can do this in a competitive way, right? I built computers for people for quite a while. I put together over like 200 fucking systems, right? And I know there's a lot of advanced shit that I can tackle here that a lot of other people won't, and I know that I can sell my service way better than the Cyberpower, iBuy, all those bullshit dudes as well. I also get into the political things a lot. If you look at my YouTube channel, right? I have talks with JonTron. I've got talks with Lauren Southern. I just had a second one with Sargon of Akkad. You know, I've talked to Mr. Medica, right? I do the politics as well, right? You know.
Destiny, your business is burning bridges, and business is booming.
Yeah.
Worth.
Destiny, he's doing exactly what he accuses you of doing. He's attacking your career despite obviously not knowing how it works. Yeah, to some extent. And he's made a lot of digs at me. Keep in mind that for all of my rustling of him, I don't wish this guy failure or anything. Like I said, dude, I love the fucking shit that these guys put out on YouTube. I'm like, I was like a huge fan of like, or not was, I still am, like Ego Raptor shit and the Psychic Pebbles dude, like that style of animation, everything is like really fucking funny. I want to see these types of people succeed. I want to see these guys make a fuck ton of money because they're really talented in doing what they do. I don't think these guys went to college or anything for any of this shit, right? And these guys pioneered a style of animation, right? Starting on Newgrounds back in the annals of the fucking internet, right? They pioneered an art style that became very, very, very popular, you know, all throughout the internet. But yeah, it seems kind of strange that he's so quick to talk about how my business strategy isn't good in the long term when I've continued to optimize my revenue streams year after year after year, and everything involved with my business, the sale of video games and the streaming itself, has only continued to grow, right? Amazon acquired, you know, the company that I'm contracted by for $1 billion, and animating on YouTube has only gotten worse and worse and worse and worse by everyone's admittance. So it's kind of strange that he would think that my business strategy is really bad in the long term, unless obviously he's just looking to try to make personal digs at me, but